Northern Utah, basically Salt Lake City and above. Then by Wednesday afternoon, we're going to have some gusty winds, so it's going to be freezing. By Wednesday night and Thursday night, basically that day, we are going to have near record-breaking temperatures. So you need to really get ready, not just to basically cover your plants, but to also winterize your closet and your tires, especially as the temperatures continue to drop. Haley?
That's right, Danny. It's warm and sunny out right now, but the fall leaves are leaving and that winter snow is coming, and that means it's time to start thinking about snow tires.
Did you look at the other tires?
Snow, snow, snow. Something skiers and Instagram stories just can't wait to see, but what about your tires? Are they ready for the upcoming winter? I went to Big O Tires on State Street to find out what the deal really is with snow tires. Are they worth it?
With snow tires, you see all these really skinny lines. This is the siping of the tire, and snow tires have a lot of them. If you can see with this one, there's not that many, and you don't really need that many for normal weather. But what the snow tire does is with all these lines right here, the siping, it really grips the snow really well.
And with that, Chris showed me how to change out normal tires for snow tires.
So now I use this bar to just bring this up like that. Press a pedal to spin this machine. It takes it off.
He says once you've done a winter with snow tires, there's absolutely no looking back. It feels like you're driving in summer. And the best part?
To save them for the next winter if you don't blow through them too fast.
Whether you're planning on keeping your tires throughout the winter or swapping them out, the Utah Department of Transportation and Utah Highway Patrol are asking that we check our tires one more time before these storms hit. As for me, I'm waiting for my semi-annual father's call about scheduling the tire swap out. Reporting for NewsLine, I'm Haley Davis.
A man is identified from a deadly parachute accident in Emery County on Saturday. Emery County Sheriff's Office received a call of a parachute accident at the Sid and Charlie Pinnacles in the San Rafael Swell. The victim has been identified as 68-year-old Rodney Pridmore from Idaho. Pridmore radioed that he was having problems with his aircraft and he died on impact in a shallow wash. Initial investigation by those on scene suggests a problem with the rope and pulley steering systems. The FAA was contacted and is investigating.
An 18-year-old Provo man is killed after police say the car he was racing crashed. Witnesses say a Ford F-25 and Chevy Silverado were racing northbound on the SR-147 through Payson. While speeding, the Ford drove off the left side of the road, overcorrected, and rolled over. The driver, Eric Blackham, was ejected and died on scene. A young passenger in the Ford was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The two men in the Chevy were uninjured.
Firefighters are investigating a fire that broke out at a West Valley business late last night. A building belonging to Advanced Fluid Systems went up in flames around 10 p.m. First responders found heavy smoke and fire coming from the south side of the building. More than 60 firefighters battled the flames for about an hour. Investigators believe no hazardous materials were on site and no injuries were reported. And it's Fire Prevention Week, and the Provo Fire Department warns with the changing weather, everyone needs to watch out for fire danger. NewsLine reporter Joseph Carson has more. Joe, how can we stay safe this winter?
Yeah, Chris, I was surprised, but it turns out the fire danger during winter is just as high as it is in the summertime. Although the fire department says it's been a relatively mild wildfire season, the cooling temperatures mean more people spending time indoors, which means house fire season is just beginning. The biggest fire risks facing Provo come from cooking fires and from problems with heating and cooling equipment. The Provo Fire Department held an event to raise awareness of fire dangers.
And if you have any questions at all, any doubt as to whether something's wrong or not, please call us. We'll come out and take a look.
Chief Miguel says the top 3 things people can do to stay fire safe this winter are: 1, make sure all your appliances, especially the gas burning or electric ones, are clean and maintained. 2, keep your house tidy, clean that greasy kitchen, and keep flammable things away from the stove. And 3, pay attention and be careful when you're cooking. Chief Miguel also says, for all the pumpkin spice candle lovers out there, never leave a candle unattended. Reporting for Newsline, I'm Joseph Carson.
Utah State University is facing a lawsuit from 2 women raped by the former football player Tori Green. The The student athlete was convicted in January on 8 charges, 5 of those being rape. The 2 victims accused the university of maintaining a dangerous environment where sexual assault is tolerated. The lawsuit also says Utah State and its employees failed to respond to multiple assault allegations. The man accused of killing University of Utah student Mackenzie Lewick will appear in court next March. A judge scheduled Ayula Ajayi's trial date yesterday. 30-year-old Ajayi is charged with aggravated murder, aggravated kidnapping, and desecration of a body. The Salt Lake County District Attorney says given the severity of the crime, delaying the trial is common. He says attorneys need enough time to gather the facts in the murder of Lewick. Ajayi is scheduled to appear in court on March 11th.
Police arrest a Snow College student after he brought a gun to Snow College campus. Police booked Dennis Haritonos into the Sanpete County Jail yesterday after reports of a person waving a handgun inside the Greenwood Student Center. Police identified Haritonos and later found him at his apartment where they found a CO2-powered BB gun. Haritonos was booked on charges of possession of a dangerous weapon on school grounds and disorderly conduct.
It's take the bus or bust for many people who live in the Provo-Orem area. Bella Erickson found out the Utah Valley Express bus is picking up a lot of people. Bella, just how many people are on board with this bus trend?
Great question, Kim. Last month, Salt Lake City's Green Line track saw 15,400 boardings every day, while the Orem-Provo UVX line saw 14,600 boardings every day. On the day of the BYU-Utah game, the bus picked up more than 16,000 riders. This is a big step up from 2017, when some residents were so upset with the proposed bus line that they tried to sue. But many riders say the bus is convenient and safe.
I like taking the bus because it's free. Also, I just like driving. It's actually the most dangerous thing we do. We're most likely to die while driving.
Noelle's not the only one kicking her car to the curb in favor of the express bus. People are getting on the bus every 6 to 10 minutes with a service schedule that's as fast as the track system in downtown Salt Lake City. The UVX bus line also offers free fares for everyone. People can hop on, hop off without paying. This offer will last for the next 2 years. So take advantage of this one free ride in life while you can. Back to you, Kim.
Thanks, Bella.
It's spooky season and nothing is scarier than getting the flu. Newsline reporter Juliet Favero tells us why it's important to get vaccinated.
No one likes being sick, even if it means getting to miss school or work for a few days. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention urges people to get their flu shots before the end of this month. The CDC says Utah ranks among the bottom 10 states for the adult flu vaccination, and a Wallet Hub study ranks Utah 49th in the nation for youth immunizations. Doctors say getting the shot can protect you and others around you from getting sick.
Here in Provo at BYU, we're surrounded by a lot of people, and we don't want to get each other sick, so we have the flu vaccine that keeps us from getting each other sick.
Medical professionals say there is no better time than now to get vaccinated, as the flu virus hits its stride in the fall and winter months. Your best bet at avoiding the virus this season is to habitually wash your hands and get a flu shot. You can get vaccinated at nearby pharmacies like CVS or Walgreens, or at local medical clinics. The scariest thing this time of year should be the haunted houses or how much candy you ate this Halloween, not the flu. Back to you.
Zion National Park has set a visitation record this summer. An average of more than 500,000 people visited the park each month this past year. Yearly park visitors have more than doubled over the last decade at the Southern Utah Park. Park officials have been struggling to handle the crowds, and this year they limited the number of people who could hike the 2 most popular trails on holidays. The nonprofit Zion Forever Project is also accepting donations to expand access to the east side of the park in hopes of dispersing visitors to the less visited area.
The president pulls U.S. troops out of Syria.
See how the Democratic Party is reacting, as well as the Utah senators. And a major store will be taking all e-cigarettes off their shelves. We'll tell you who and when.
And people are getting behind a petition to make a major change to this month's spooky holiday. See what they're trying to accomplish.
Plus, we could see near record-breaking cold temperatures soon. Coming up, I'll let you know how long these freezing temperatures will last and what you can expect for your weekend. My full forecast is next.
Hi. Patience. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Attention travelers. Next Tuesday, a major hurricane will cause complete chaos throughout the city. Water, phone, and internet service will be in short supply. There will likely be panic citywide. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
A game-changing decision from the Trump White House is drawing criticism.
But this time, the complaints are coming from both Republicans and Democrats. John Lawrence reports.
President Trump with a bombshell announcement. U.S. forces are pulling out of northern Syria.
Well, we've been in Syria for a long time, and it was supposed to be a very short hit, and a hit on ISIS, but it didn't work out that way. They never left.
This move, an extreme shift in foreign policy, effectively gives Turkey the go-ahead to strike the U.S.-backed Kurds.
They're going to try to kill as many Kurds as they possibly can. This has been a festering wound with the Turks for a long time.
The Kurds have been a longtime U.S. ally and have played a strategic role in the fight against ISIS in the region.
My colleagues on both sides of the aisle are very stupefied. I mean, where did this come from?
He's sending a message to our allies and our partners around the world that you can't rely on us, you can't depend on us.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell urged the president to reverse the decision, releasing a statement saying, American interests are best served by American leadership, not by retreat or withdrawal. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi releasing a similar statement, saying this action poses a dire threat to regional security and stability.
It will lend to a greater surge within the ISIS opportunities to continue to attack. This is devastatingly bad.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Trump's announcement to pull military forces out of Syria is receiving complaints from both political parties.
Kenzie McGuire is here to tell us how Republicans and Democrats are voicing their concerns. Kenzie, why is this decision receiving so much pushback?
Lawmakers across the country are concerned Trump's decision will affect America's ability to present itself as a reliable ally. The Kurds have been a key U.S. ally in the fight against ISIS, but Trump says it's time to bring our soldiers home and end endless wars. Republicans and Democrats strongly disagree and argue that pulling troops is the equivalent of giving Turkey the green light to attack Syria. Trump says he plans to monitor the Turkish military and threatens to obliterate the country's economy if they participate in actions that he has deemed off limits, but many feel this is not enough. Our Utah senators, however, seem to be pretty split on their opinion. Mitt Romney thinks that the decision to pull troops out of Syria would be considered a betrayal, saying that it would show us as an unreliable ally, it will facilitate ISIS resurgence, and it could presage another humanitarian disaster. Mike Lee, however, is thanking Trump for his decision, saying that anyone who disagrees with this should ask Congress to declare war or otherwise authorize the use of military force. Lindsey Graham tends to be showing the key trends that we're seeing on people's opinions, that it is never wise to abandon an ally who has sacrificed on your behalf, it is never wise to repeat the mistakes of your predecessor, and it is never wise to outsource American national security to Turkey or any other nation. Trump seems to be pretty defendant, though, saying that he believes that even though we are in the process of leaving Syria, we are in no way abandoning the Kurds, who have been a special people and wonderful fighters. With the elections coming up, it'll be interesting to see if President Trump will make any changes as lawmakers continue to criticize his decision on international military involvement. Back to you.
Grocery giant Kroger will stop selling e-cigarettes. Kroger says it will sell off its remaining stock and then halt e-cigarette sales. Kroger owns 54 stores in Utah under the name City Market, Smith's, and Smith's Marketplace. The CDC says there have been more than 1,000 lung injury cases related to e-cigarettes as of October 1st.
The Utah Department of Health says there are now 76 vaping-related cases of lung disease in Utah. This is an increase from the 71 reported cases since the end of September 30th. There are also 14 other potential cases being investigated. The UDH says it's likely that the outbreak of severe lung injury is due to unregulated THC cartridges. The health department recommends people do not vape unregulated THC cartridges until more is learned. THC is the psychoactive component found in marijuana.
A national online petition to change the date of Halloween is gaining traction. NewsLine reporter Halston Brown joins us now. Halston, tell us more about this movement.
A petition on change.org to move Halloween to the last Saturday of October is just a couple hundred signatures away from its goal of 150,000. According to the petition, there are 3,800 Halloween-related injuries every year, and 12% of children 5 and under go trick-or-treating without the supervision of an adult. The petition says its goal is to promote the unity and self-expression of Halloween while ensuring the well-being of children. A lot of people in Utah support this idea.
For the parents that take their kids to Halloween, they have to work the next day, and the kids will be tired because they have to go to school. It's just a mess.
The petition suggests a national trick-or-treat day on the last Saturday of October, while still upholding the time-honored traditions on the 31st for a safer, longer, and stress-free Halloween season. The petition also mentions that 51% of millennials' favorite holiday is Halloween. So no matter what, we know Halloween is going to be skelly fun. Kim, back to you.
Thanks, Halston.
This month, the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium wants guests to face their fears. Tori Gurr is in the newsroom to tell us more. Tori, what is the aquarium doing for Halloween?
Well, the Living Planet Aquarium adds spooky creatures to get into that Halloween spirit. From skeletons hanging around to giant spiders enjoying their lunch, the aquarium has left surprises for guests around every corner. To join in on the fun, you can follow a scavenger hunt around the building that will lead you to under the sea turtles and into the Amazon jungle, including a swinging rope bridge. The new additions help visitors get into the Halloween spirit.
Some of the really neat and unique things that we've added to the Haunted Aquarium are the cryptids, animals that are suspected of being real, but not fully proven one way or another.
Many cryptids are included in the displays, including a Yeti. Guests are encouraged to learn more about all of the creepy crawly creatures inside. The Haunted Aquarium is having many spooktacular events, including trick-or-treating for the kids. For more information, go to thelivingplanet.com. Reporting for NewsLine, I'm Tori Gurr.
We'll take a look at this sunrise from Sundance this morning. This view is showing Deer Creek Reservoir and all of the beautiful fall colors around it. But this view really isn't going to last into tomorrow. These mountains could be covered with snow by Thursday. So for all of you skiers out there, it's going to be a good 2 days to get some snow up in those mountains. Now tomorrow, or for October 10th on Thursday, when we're going to be really cold temperatures, the record for Salt Lake City, the high is 87. The low for the maximum high is 27. But we're going to be looking at about the 35 to about 30 degrees range. So it's going to be quite cool, but we might get close to breaking some record temperatures between Salt Lake City, Provo, and Logan. It's going to be chilly. Here today at home, though, our temperatures are still looking pretty good for today, like 75 in Salt Lake City, Provo 78. So it's going to be warm, nice fall temperatures. St. George 87 degrees, but look at these lows, 35, 48. It's going to start to get chilly tonight, and then tomorrow it's going to get even colder. So looking into St. George for your 5-day forecast, things are not going to be too bad, but you are going to feel a 20-degree drop from tomorrow into Thursday. But you will have sunshine all across the week, and then 71 on Sunday for a perfect weekend. Northern Utah, though, tomorrow's going to be a mix of rain and snow depending on where you are in the mountains, but we will be pretty chilly, but we will get a warm up again by Sunday. So it's going to be a pretty good week for those skiers up in the mountains, but then fall will come back next week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of like the snow. I know I get attacked for it, but I like it. But 3 weeks ago, RSL got involved in a lawsuit involving their former coach. Next, we will tell you how the club is responding to the complaints. And October has not been disappointing for baseball fans. Find out about the wild playoff finishes last night and who's still in and who's out.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3.
saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Three weeks after former RSL head coach Mike Petke filed for a lawsuit against Real Salt Lake, the club has filed a response to many of the allegations addressed in the complaint. RSL responded with a motion to dismiss or stay the lawsuit from its former coach against the club. The club also asked the court to allow arbitration between the two sides under the direction of the MLS commissioner. Petke was fired for reportedly unacceptable behavior following a match where he referred to the head official with a racial slur. BYU men's golf is in the middle of the Jerry Pay Intercollegiate Tournament and have finished day one in first place. Consecutive rounds under par from three different Cougars, Rhett Rasmussen, Carson Lindell, and Peter Quest, led to the day one finish. Live stats from today's final round can be found at golfstat.com. Start spreading the news. The New York Yankees are the first team to punch their ticket to the ALCS after sweeping the Twins.
Savages.
The Yankees first gained their lead in the second when Gleyber Torres homered. The Yankees then got ahead 3-0 when the Twins homered to center. But just like throughout the whole series, the Yankees offense proved to be too much as the Yankees completed their sweep, winning 5-1. While the Yankees swept, the other playoff series have been a little more exciting.
On the ground to Kendrick. Max Scherzer, pumped up, gets out of the jam.
The Washington Nationals beat the Dodgers last night to force a Game 5. Max Scherzer was gassed but used all his energy to pitch his way out of a bases-loaded jam in the 7th inning to save the Nationals' season. Trey Turner's 3 hits also helped the Nationals with the 6-1 win. Meanwhile, the St. Louis Cardinals hung on in the 10th inning against the Braves to force a Game 5. Yadier Molina hit a game-winning sacrifice fly in the 10th inning to lift his team over the Braves. The sac fly was Yadi's only hit of the game, but he sure made it count. Game 5 of this NLDS is tomorrow night. The San Francisco 49ers took down the Cleveland Browns last night in Monday Night Football, 31-3.
2nd and 9, 4-man rush, score it, Kittle.
The 49ers got ahead with the 14-0 lead in the first quarter and never looked back. BYU's own Fred Warner, who has been making a statement with the 49ers, had 6 tackles. San Francisco moves on to 4-0, while the Browns fall to 2-3. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Uglyville!
Every ugly doll is unique.
I'm Moxie.
Bobo.
Wait.
Call me Slick Doll.
What?
And every child is too.
They can be pretty lovable.
That's why when you travel, you should make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size.
This is why you're the wisest doll in town.
Well, keep them safe by visiting nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Isn't that right, gibberish cat?
Find the right seat today.
Although dogs may sometimes add stress to your life, they can actually help you live longer. That's according to new research from the University of Toronto. Researchers analyzed data from 4 million people in 6 countries. They found dog owners had a lowered risk of dying early by 24%. For those who already had a heart attack, the risk of dying was lowered by 31%. A major factor could be pet owners who walk their dogs got up to 30 minutes of exercise a day. Studies also show petting dogs can reduce blood pressure, anxiety, and depression.
I always liked dogs already.
I guess I better get myself a dog now.
I know,
so.
I was going to say, I need a puppy now. I need a puppy now.
Yeah, I know. So thank you so much for joining us today on NewsLine.
For more information on our stories or to share them with your friends, check out our website at universe.byu.edu/news.